black people in America have probably been at the receiving end of some form of white supremacy.
The problem that I have when people say stuff like this, for one, is automatically racist.
Are racist. Just to show America you're not biased, could you make a sweeping generalization about black people?
All black people in America have probably been at the receiving end of some form of white supremacy.
They said all black people in America have been at the end of white supremacy. The problem that I have when people say stuff like this, for one, is automatically racist. I don't even have to say that. But the second problem is that you're assuming that, for one, all white people in this country are just racist. And for two, you're assuming that black people cannot also be racist, and that black people are just subject to victimhood from white people. And for three, what about the other races in this country? What if you're biracial? What if you're Asian, Latino? Are you just excluded from... You know what? Let's get into this video, because this is going to be insane.
Ideology.
What?
So should white people pay reparations for slavery?
I think the question is really more so, what can white people do rather than just reparations? Because obviously I would say yes, but would that really benefit them? I think that's a conversation that needs to be had to then best respond to the issues that they're facing.
I think about the fact that white people have continuously, when given the opportunity, oppressed multiple marginalized communities.
So apparently white people owe black people reparations. They should be paying reparations, which, even if you remove race, I don't even think it would be economically possible to pay reparations in our country today, considering black people consist of 13% of the country. Anyways, and also, this young lady is basically saying that all white people are racist, and that this video is just crazy. All white people are racist, and we're all just subject to victimhood. I don't know where they're coming from with this.
Oppressed multiple marginalized communities. And I think about the fact how easy it is for them to do it again. Like, if they really wanted to, they would bring slavery back.
What?
They kind of already did with the criminal justice system. Plus the rate of hate crimes. I will legit always be scared of white people until they're the minority.
You listen to me. You are crazy.
That's the most crazy thing I've ever heard. How could you in your right mind say that white people want to bring slavery back? That's what you said. You said white people want to bring slavery back. And every time I hear stuff like this, let's break this down. You know there are white people who have implemented the laws that you agree with, right? For example, I'm assuming this young lady is a liberal. There's this big trope going around literally titled the white liberal, meaning there are white people who have the same ideologies as you. Do you think these people want to bring slavery back, or are you only referring to the white conservative, or the white conservative, or the white Republican? What do you mean they want to bring slavery back? For two, America was one of the first places, because I'm thinking she's talking about Americans, to abolish slavery in general. So why that and then bring it back? I'm just a little confused on this line of thinking. It's a very crazy line of thinking, and the problem is a lot of people who are not black, or a lot of people who disagree with her fully, will not tell her that she's just downright wrong and that she's downright racist. They will push her on and egg her on as if what she's saying has any validity.
So tired of white cis women being more dedicated to being called a healer than actually doing the work to be a healer. The only thing that you're worried about healing is your bruised ego and being confronted with your complacency in genocide and your obsession with upholding privilege. We do not need more nice white women. Are you kidding me? And stop asking marginalized people to do the work for you because you don't feel comfortable with it. I am so tired of having conversations with white cis women where they're more upset about the fact that they're being called in or called out than the fact that they're harming marginalized people. The fact that there is literal genocide that they are paying for with the fucking advertisements that they're putting all over Instagram.
Okay, I don't even know what he's talking about. Apparently he's attacking white women for being abusers. I don't know where this is coming from. I'm not even gonna lie. I can't even. How do I fight a claim that I didn't even know was happening? And as a black person in America, I have never thought of white women as abusers. I've never thought of white people as abusers in my life. But now he's specifically targeting white women, saying that they're promoting all these bad things, that they are just making marginalized communities do all the work, as if I'm in a marginalized community. I don't even agree with that premise, but I guess let's continue.
And these are the same women that are the first to minimize the impact of social media, and also the first to use social media as their business opportunity, to use their voice, to create their community. So why is it that when in your mode of healing and community and business, why the is liberation not being centered? Y'all are stealing resources and precious energy and precious time from marginalized people.
Well, liberation isn't being centered is because a lot of the women and a lot of the people that you're referring to already believe that marginalized communities are liberated, because I am liberated. And this is like a form of gaslighting when I hear it, because in my mind, I am liberated. I don't think I'm marginalized or being oppressed. I don't think I'm being oppressed. That's all I'm saying. So when you talk about this and you're talking specifically to white women, and you say, why isn't black liberation at the forefront of your debates? It's because in their mind, they're like, black people are already liberated. What can you say? And I'm black and I'm saying this. I don't even know how to respond to this, because I think I am liberated, but maybe I'm not. At this point, it's like a form of gaslighting. I didn't even know I wasn't liberated. Did y'all know?
Because you are not willing to do it yourself. It's pathetic and it's privileged as you have so much power. Stop pretending that you can play small and get away with it. Step it up. Your comfort is not a priority here.
What?
At all.
I'm feeling spicy, so here's my hot take of the day. All white people are racist. Every single last one of them, all of them are racist.
What?
And I don't mean that to say like every single individual white person, if I talk to you, you would have some kind of racist ideology. I'm saying that as a white person, you uphold a system of racism by literally just being white.
Okay, so apparently apparently if you are just white, you uphold a system of racism. That is delusional. That is an insane thing to say. Just because you come out of the womb white does not automatically mean you are racist. That doesn't even make sense. You cannot change your skin color. You cannot change your gender. You cannot change any of these things. So what makes you think that just by being white naturally you just came out with all these racist ideologies? No, you're delusional. That's wrong.
I believe if you're not spending your literal entire life dismantling racism, then you're contributing to its continuation.
What?
And people get so like, whenever like I say like people are racist, like why is it such a big fucking deal? Like, yes, you're racist. Like, okay.
It's a big deal because you just said all white people are naturally, inherently racist. And then you followed up by saying that if you aren't spending your entire life dismantling racism, you are practically a bad person, or you practically don't deserve anything good out of this life. Why wouldn't people be shocked when you say this? This is a crazy thing to say. This is an insane thing to say. I can't believe this.
Okay, we've established that. Now, what are you going to do to change it? Racism refers to power and race. If you are the powerful race in a society, then you're racist. Like, I just don't understand why it's so taboo. Let's talk about it. Let's accept it so that we can work towards changing it. We're never going to get anywhere if people won't just fucking acknowledge it in the first.
And going on in public.
Okay, so to break it down, her argument says racism refers to power and power within society on a basis of race. But my question would be, since you want to be, I guess, literal or logical in your own analysis, if we do make every single race have an equal amount of power, what if one race has 0.1% more power? What if one race has one more representative in Congress? What if one race has, I don't know, one more company owned? What if one race owns slightly more things? Are they naturally or inherently racist? And let's say the roles were reversed. If black people were the majority in society, or if black people had the majority of Congress, or if black people had the majority of companies owned or economics in society, are they racist? What if black people were the richest in the country? Would they be racist? Because the reason I bring this up is because white people aren't even they aren't even the richest race in society by statistics. It's actually Asian men and women, then Indian men and women. So why do you ignore them? Not saying that, and here's what I want to say. Not saying that Asian people or Indian people are racist. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is you tend to ignore other races every time you talk about racism, and you focus specifically on white people as if other races don't exist, and as if other races are not doing good. It's crazy to me.
Public looking well put together, like I care about myself, doesn't mean that I'm trying to be like white people. Or
Yes, it absolutely does.
What?
In fact, that's the whole reason why you're making this video. In this video, you have said that wearing bonnets outside is uncouth, it's unacceptable behavior, and the only time you...
So she's basically saying if you dress up in society, then you... This woman said, if you dress up in society, that means that you are trying to be like white people. I don't get that one, but...
have ever worn pajamas outside of the house is when something was mentally wrong with you. So you are now equating bonnets and pajamas to mental illness.
What?
And for all the business owners that are liking this video, walk with me for a second. If, according to your logic, me looking like this outside of the house means that I'm mentally unwell, and I go to a dentist's office looking like this because I'm mentally unwell, and you deny me a service, why would I not sue you for discrimination?
Because some businesses have dress codes, meaning that when you go into a certain place, you're expected to dress a certain way. Let's say you're going to a graduation. You wouldn't show up in a bonnet or a t-shirt. Let's say you're going to the Oscars. You definitely wouldn't show up in a bonnet or a t-shirt. Let's say you're going to a job interview. You wouldn't show up in a bonnet or a t-shirt. So what's the difference between these places and a company saying you need to dress like this? There's no difference. That's all I'm saying. But what you're trying to imply is that any place that has a dress code, or that any place that demands a certain level of, excellency in how you present yourself, they're automatically discriminating against you. And somehow they're discriminating against black people in the process. This is crazy. This is insane.
I need you guys to understand that upholding these rules and upholding these respectability politics rules is going to get you in legal trouble one day.
What? No, it's not. When you show to a job, they have a dress code. What do you mean? And get you in trouble by who? Are police officers going to arrest you? You know police officers have a dress code too. They can't just show up to your house in some Yeezy slides and some pajama pants and arrest you. That's not going to happen ever. And who's going to prosecute you? The judges. They have a dress code too. Everywhere you go, there's a dress code. I can't. If you have any suggestions for me, comment them down below.